Hey, it's Petra, and I'm here with my rune stones for this beautiful full moon in Libra happening today. And I'm going to cast my runes and do a collective reading. And I have my pen and paper here. I'm going to attempt to draw the runes into a Bindrune on camera. So I'm trying out something a little bit different. With this reading, I'm doing a top-down view. We'll see how that works. I hope the table doesn't shake too much. So we shall see. This is a collective reading. This is for anybody who's healing, and it's for this moment in time, this Libra full moon. It is for the cycle that is beginning today, and it's for the next 6 months. So I will be working with these runes to call in healing, health, transformation, and I will use them for that period of time. I will use them for the next month, and then in 6 months when we have that Aries full moon in Libra season, I will circle back around and work with these runes again. So consider this an offering if you work with runes. If you don't, or you don't know what the hell that is, this is just a message that I am offering those who are on a healing journey. So I hope you find this helpful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on a healing journey. For doing that work, because this is for you. This is for those who are doing that work to heal themselves. And this is a tool to support that. I'm going to be asking my runes what healing is available to us now. What does this Libra full moon offer us the opportunity to heal? What can we offer this new cycle that begins today? What can we offer this cycle that brings in healing? How can we move through this cycle in a healing way? What does healing look like? What does healing look like for this Libra full moon? Gebo, the crossroads. Thurisaz, the thorn. Sowilo, the sun. Fehu, in reverse. The cattle. And Perthro, in reverse. The darkness. That's quite a lot going on there. Interesting. This looks like Mars and Gemini to me. This Thurisaz and Gebo. This is the crossroads. This is breath. And this is the thorn. This is Mars energy. Power, breaking through, sharpness. So these two here feels very Mars and Gemini, which is where Mars is at currently. And then here's this sun, this Leo energy here, flanked by the infinite darkness, the void, and wealth, cattle, liquid wealth. things that generate wealth. And this is kind of on its side, right? And this is a repeat. I've done a few of these readings so far, and these two are repeated. But these two are new. So is this. Fehu. This is very Virgo-ish. It's like the process of turning things over into wealth, taking something that's valuable, resources, and making it into something that is making it into abundance. And this Perthro is very Sagittarius. Like, it's the darkness, it's the big wide expanse, it's the light that dissipates, right? You see how the shape, like, it opens up and it just goes outward. So we've got this mutable energy flanking the sun. We've got this transformation and creation of wealth, from material into sustenance, and this transformation of light into, knowledge, into it. There's this expansion here, and there's this liquidation here, like liquidating your resources. And the sun, Sowilo is here in the center. This is like a Leo type of energy. It is expression, it's shining. And then down at the bottom, Gemini and Aries. Mars and Gemini. Okay, so let's take these. It's pretty dark, huh? Should I turn the light on? I don't want to. All right, I will. I think you can see better now. Okay, yeah. So, This is pushing through a transition, a threshold. This is using power and personal force to get past a threshold, to get past a bottleneck, to safely make it across a crossroads scenario where you have to be going in the right direction, right? And you need, like, this is Mercury and Mars. This is the trickster and the warrior playing together, combined. It's like, this is about navigating this moment, this bottleneck moment, these pathways that are open at the moment. When you come to a crossroads, that's when there's many possible directions you can go in. And, you know, that's why if you want to talk to the trickster, that's where you go, right? And this is about protection through that. This is about having sovereignty and a clear mind and being forceful with your choices, right? Like being a force, not getting taken off your path. So this is like, yeah, powering through a transition, a choices, a having the power to get across a kind of threshold. And on the other side, it's like on the other side is this. On the other side of that choice, on the other side of this shift in direction where you're going one way and then things get blown open, like there's this breakthrough energy of now we actually have choices, there's possibility. And once you get through to the other, it's like once you get through to the other side of that choice, the other side of that doorway, there's this, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but this looks pretty great. Because this is in reverse here. It's kind of like on the other side of a initiation, on the other side of the unknown. Like when you get to the unknown, right? When you step out into the darkness, past the light, past where you can see, then you can see the other light, right? You can see the other lights. It's like when you're out in the woods, you turn off the car lights so you can see the stars, right? You're now able to see these other sources. It's kind of like once you step past this threshold, once you push past the threshold, you find yourself able to see. It's like, yeah, you step past your comfort zone, you take a new direction, you're able to see new things. You suddenly have different light sources that you're able to actually perceive because you have stepped into the darkness. You've already crossed over into that's what this, I feel like, talks about. And I've talked about this in the other readings, because this is a repeat. So is this. All of these light were in previous readings, and it's about that threshold of your perception. So if you've ever sat around a campfire or a source of light like that in the darkness, when you're within the light source, you can only see immediately around the campfire. There's like a black wall. You can't see into the dark. But as soon as you step out into the darkness, you can then see the darkness as well as what was, what's standing right next to the campfire. So this looks like stepping across that threshold, stepping across the threshold and finding yourself seeing quite a bit of abundance on the other side. Literal wealth, like nourishment. It's kind of like these are all very, you know, struggling. There's a lot of struggle here. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of being burnt out. And this is like milk, right? This is like soothing, cooling, nourishing, comforting. It's like a balm on all this fire here. Fire and air. Actually, look at this. These are the three fire signs, in my opinion. Aries, the thorn, the sun, Leo, and the darkness, Sagittarius. Or the fire that's going out, the ember, the great unknown, the great known, everything that is visible, right? And then the fire that pushes through and creates new space. Cardinal, fixed, mutable, fire. Mars, the sun, Jupiter. And here's air, right? So this I associate with Gemini because it's the breath and it's the crossroads. So obviously Gemini. But I'm just thinking about this moment, the new moon or the full moon in Libra. And we're in Aries season, right? And the new moon coming up will be in Aries. So there's this real interplay between fire and air going on at the moment, right? All this combustible energy, changing things, you know, making moves, like, and this is so earthy. Fehu, the cattle. It's like milk and honey. It's like sweetness and pleasure and luxury. It's like very, very different from this fiery air wartime that's going on over here, right? Like, not just, it's war, but it's also expansion, it's growth, it's transformation, it's these like initiation periods. It's like walking through the dark and going through the dark and having these guiding lights and being transformed and going different. It's not necessarily battle, but it's a lot of action. It's a lot of like using fire to navigate through darkness and to navigate through different, to get yourself in this position, there's this kind of use of fire here to get into the position where you can actually choose a new path, the position where you actually have real agency to choose, right? Like, this is like burning everything down. This is a lot of heart, a lot of courage, a lot of definitely warrior energy, right? But stepping out, like, it's like using that to get in this position where you're able to exercise your agency and actually make active choices. It's like that fire, that heat of the heart coming out in the breath, like powering the body, like powering the lungs, powering the expression, So it's just very dynamic. It's very dynamic. It's very masculine. And this is very feminine and juicy. And it's like, wow. Yeah, it's like stepping across the threshold, having the power, finding that agency to make choices. And once that is like achieved, there's this, you know, stepping across, being initiated into a new space and being received by a very rewarding experience and energy that's coming. It's like this rushing in feminine, sweet goddess energy that's rushing in to meet all this transformation. It's like the milk that would flow after birth, after birthing something new. Like that's what all that heat and then expression is, right? It's like birthing. We're going this, if this is what healing is, it's like allowing that sweetness to rush in after pushing out and breaking through and getting into a new position, getting onto a new timeline. Birthing a new world, you know, creating a new world, powering a new world, like, and then allowing and receiving and letting that milk flow in to nourish all the energy that's been spent here. This is very, yeah, like someone who has a lot of tenderness meeting someone who's, you know, coming in from battle and like meeting them at the doorway with, you know, something really nourishing to eat and a hug. And it's like, wow, I don't know. Okay. Let's see if we can draw this into a Bindrune. So Bindrunes are a way of working with runes where you combine a number of different runes into a single sigil, which contains that meaning, and then you can use it to call in that principle. So I want to call in this principle of nourishment rushing in after, you know, initiation, after passing through the threshold. So let's just, I usually just play around. And see how things fit together. Wait a second. That's not right. Wait. That is right. That just confused me. Okay. No, that's not right. Because I want... Okay. It's funny, I don't really want to work with Sowilo because I already did these Bindrunes with this one and this one. Perthro. I always have the hardest time getting those angles. I've been working with these the last few months, so that's why I'm being drawn to the others. No. I like this combination. This is Mars and Gemini. Or this is the Mars and Mercury. Be present, right? When you're at the crossroads, like, it's up to you. Let me just do that. Okay, Mars and Gemini. That looks like a hourglass. It's weird. Sometimes the runes go together, like they want to touch each other when I make the Bindrune. And other times they just want to be arranged like in multiples, but separate, like not touching. And it's either like one or the other. Like it's very hard, for some reason, it's like very hard for me to put these together into, I mean, if you wanted to, oh, that's interesting. If you actually just connect these, right, you have the crossroads and you have the thorn, but this is another rune, this one. That's Daga's daybreak. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually, because daybreak or dusk, which is what this symbolizes, is about that transition point, like actually stepping across the crossroads. Right here, you're just at the crossroads. This doesn't indicate a choice or a direction, right? This is literally standing at the crossroads when all of the roads are open and you have not made the choice yet. And this is taking the action. This is taking the step. This is taking the movement forward. It has direction, right? I just fucked that up. So this daybreak dawn would be a combination of those two principles, right? It would be the taking of the action across a threshold, which then creates an, you know, the infinity symbol going from daybreak to dawn and dawn to daybreak. And okay. What if we like keep it open like this? Okay. Interesting. All right, then what if I combine it like that? After I just said it's either one or the other, right? And now I'm doing the other. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that. Hold on. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's 100%. Okay, let's do it. Gebo, the crossroads. Thurisaz, the thorn. And out of that springs Fehu. Sacred cow. Milk and honey. The abundance and inflow of wealth that's created when you take action at the crossroads. When you take control of your choices. When you are present in the moment, when you come to those crossroads, right? This then opens up, this axis now opens up. right? It pulls in value from the options. Okay, I like that. This is a bind rune for healing. This is a bind rune to remember that milk flows in after the push of birth, right? That after you cross the threshold, after you come inside, take a drink of water, have a cup of tea with some honey, you know, you need some nourishment, and that nourishment needs to flow in after you have pushed and pushed and taken control. It's like this influx of nourishment. It's also like a spring of wealth, like opening up, right? You know, this is the reward for taking responsibility for yourself and your path, right? For walking your own path and figuring out how to move through it. And take responsibility for those choices, right? At each turn, there's a new opportunity. And this looks like a key, Fehu. That wealth, it looks like unlocking a key. You know, the key that unlocks the door, right? It's what's on the other side. It's the literally, it's like karmic reward for learning how to move through your own path. That's how you truly turn your source materials into abundance, right? As a being. I like it. I like it. Okay. What's the date? I don't remember the date. I think it's the 28th. Okay. So that's that. All right. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that this format works out. And I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope this cycle opening up is healing and nourishing for you. Okay. See you around.